Please be working now. For the love of God. For the love of Christ. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we've got a show. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we might have a show. Lights, camera, action type shit. What? Oh, that fucking dog. Hold on. Now we got a show. Luigi. Come here. Come here. Come here. Luigi, come here. You can't make this shit up, folks. You cannot make this shit up, bro. You start the stream, and immediately Luigi goes, am I getting bombed? You start the stream, and immediately Luigi goes, you know what? How about I ruin it? I was thinking I ruin it. Would that be all right? Yo, check out the fit. Fit check. Check out the shorts. Yeah. Period. Period, queen. Hell yeah. How do I start a poll? I should start a poll. We're gonna do engage with your audience. Start a Q&A. Have you liked and subscribed yet? Yeah. And then how do I give you guys options? End Q&A. Hold on. It needs to be a poll. Fuck you. It needs to be a poll. We're gonna do create a poll, create a poll, create a poll. Have you liked and subscribed yet? Yes. No. No, but I'm about to. There you go. There you go. There you go. What's good, folks? How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Valenti Videos broadcast. I'm your perfect and humble leader, Chris Valenti. And we've got a lot to talk about, folks. We've got quite a lot to talk about. And, you know, every day, I'm starting to feel like the canary in the coal mine that was screaming before the mines fell. I'm starting to feel like the guys in the movies like 2012 or Cloverfield who are like, everything's gonna burn. And they're like, this guy's nuts. And then everything burns, and they're like, I told you. But it looks like World War III is escalating rapidly, with Benjamin Netanyahu, Prime Minister of Israel, saying that they are on the brink of nuclear war. That's a direct quote. And then he also said that we are not in the 11th hour, we are in the 12th hour, and there is no 13th hour. That is what he said. The UAEA, which is the it's like the nuclear watchdogs, they're saying that there are increased radiation levels in Iran that are coming up from uranium vapor seeping through the underground facilities, which is exactly what I said would happen 2 days ago if you were here. I said that. I said that. You know what I'm saying? What else? Trump just launched Trump Mobile, a new phone provider, you can't even make this shit up. You couldn't write this shit if you fucking paid, if you were paid to. You couldn't write this if we... And then Israel says they're going to assassinate Ayatollah Khamenei of Iran. Netanyahu said that the 2 assassination attempts on Trump were actually Iran. And then he said they tried to assassinate Netanyahu. He was like, yeah, they tried to get me too. They flew a drone into my bedroom window. What else can I think of? They found the assassin in Minnesota. Thank God they found him. Trump is at, like, what, a UN meeting in Canada? Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. All right, let's end the poll. Close poll. All right. What the fuck do we even start with? Is it the G7? Yo, the G7 sounds sick, right? It sounds sick. It's not, but it sounds sick as fuck. Just like 7 fucking G's. Just a whole bunch of G's. You know, like, what's good, G? All right, I think we should start with Trump Mobilusi. Oh, should I check? Oh, yeah, you know what? We should start with the usual, Trump's truth. We got to start with Trump's daily truth, right? Because he posts all the time. And let's see what let me remind you before we open. Let me open this up. Okay? Now let me close it. Before we go into this, let me just remind you of a couple of things. 79-year-old man, leader of the free world, supposedly, most powerful man on planet Earth, allegedly. Now let's read. Congressman Abe Hamadeh is an American First patriot who is doing a fantastic job. I don't give a fuck about this. Give me some juice, Donnie. Give me some juice. Oh, this is a long one. This is a long one. Jesus Christ. All right, here we go. Our nation's ICE officers have shown incredible strength, determination, and courage as they facilitate a very important mission, the largest mass deportation operation of illegal aliens in history. Every day, the brave men and women of ICE are subjected to violence, harassment, and even threats from radical Democrat politicians. But nothing will stop us from executing our mission and fulfilling our mandate to the American people. ICE officers are herewith ordered by notice of this truth. You can't do that, you dumb fuck. To do all in their power to achieve the very important goal of delivering the single largest mass deportation program in history. Okay, so that can so easily be interpreted as like carte blanche to just start fucking killing people. Brother, to do all in their power. What do you mean? What do you mean? And also, you can't do this, you dumb bastard. That's not how... I mean, dude, if he can, call it quits. GG, Donnie. Somehow you fucking dubbed. Because what do you mean? Herewith ordered by notice of this truth. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of my face. Really? Herewith ordered by notice of this truth. Okay, so this is like the equivalent of a royal decree, right? He's acting like this is a royal decree. Like a command by God type shit. Type shit. Tight shade, tight shade, tight shade. And meanwhile, I want to say one other thing. We're going to keep reading this, but you gotta see this. You gotta see this, bro.
Today we're here to introduce Trump Mobile. We've partnered with some of the greatest people in the industry to make sure that real Americans can get true value from their mobile carriers.
Dude, me when Palantir fucks my ass. Dude, me when Palantir says, give me the ring. Me when fucking Palantir is a fucking Sauron eye at the tower and I'm just a mere hobbit. Like, what is happening?
Part of what we've done right now in the world has been focused on technology for people who have been underserved, whether that's been in crypto or anything else. But one of the places where we felt there was lackluster performance was...
Yo, like, GG, I guess. William, get this. Yo, hey, William. Everybody say hi to William. We fucking love William. Yo, William, you're not gonna believe this shit. We're only 20 seconds in. Look at this. Look at this, Willie.
Today we're here to introduce Trump Mobile. We've partnered with some of the greatest people in the industry to make sure that real Americans can get true value from their mobile carriers. A big part of what we've done right now in the world has been focused on technology for people who have been underserved, whether that's been in crypto or anything else. But one of the places where we felt there was lackluster performance was in the mobile industry. And with Trump Mobile, we're going to be introducing an entire package of products that people can come, they can get telemedicine on their phone for one flat monthly fee.
All you've got to do is give us your fucking soul so we can charge the Palantir Tower, where the spirit of Henry Kissinger orders us who to murder. Oh no. Oh no. This guy's a fucking Nazgul. This guy's a Nazgul.
In their cars. Unlimited texting to 100 countries around the world. And we've partnered with some of the best to really bring something unique to the American people.
But we're also spending a lot of time.
Oh no, it's the fucking Witch King of Angmar. It's Doofy himself. Hey, you guys. It's Sloth, ladies and gentlemen, the fail son.
What we've done in crypto, I think we've got the greatest projects in crypto, and more our company is evolving into various sectors. And but there is kind of a key to that, and that is America, right? I mean, the fact that all your customer service will be done in America. It's going to be done in...
For the low price of $4,000 a day.
St. Louis, Missouri. I hope I was allowed to give that out. And
I hope I was allowed to give that out, brother. You deaf weren't. If you gotta say that, you probably are not.
Phones in America. It's about time we bring products back to our great country, and it's about time we disrupt this space. And
disrupt this space?
From $billion.
Oh, brother! Who here has watched Succession? Has anyone here watched Succession? Ew! Ew! We've got to disrupt this space. We're real disruptors, guys. I'm a real disruptor. Like, oh, God, dog. Ugh. 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 You fucking dork. You fucking goober. All right, anyway, back to the rest of his fucking tweet. All right, if you just got here, Trump said ICE officers are herewith ordered by notice of this truth to do all in their power to achieve the very important goal of delivering the single largest mass deportation program in history. Yo, mind you, World War III is happening, and Benjamin Netanyahu just said we're on the brink of nuclear war. Mind you, American fighters, American pilots are shooting down Iranian drones. Can we be for real, dog? What the fuck is going on? Dude, World War III before Half-Life 3? World War III before GTA 6? Why? Why? U.S. issued no travel to where? To where? U.S. issued no travel to where? Look at News Nation Instagram. Oh no. Oh no. News Nation. U.S. issues a do not travel advisory for Israel, the West Bank, and Gaza. Yo, they're about to fucking have a nuclear exchange. They are absolutely about to have a nuclear exchange. What do you mean the United States says don't go to Israel? The United States? Thank you for the $20 donation, Missing Space. And thank you for becoming a loyalist, Lloyd. What do you mean, dude? It's the United... We have the... I fucking hate the Israeli government. But even I can admit that the United States has the strongest relationship with Israel out of any nation. It's us. That, like, we are yin and yang, right? You're saying we shouldn't go there? Are you? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, Jesus. And I got... All right, let's finish... Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't even want to finish Trump's truth now. It doesn't even matter. I got some crazy shit to show you. I got some crazy shit to show you, bro. I got some crazy shit to show you. You're going to love this. You are going to love this.
The UN's nuclear watchdog has held an urgent...
Yo, before we watch this, if you were here yesterday, put your hand up. Who was here yesterday for yesterday's class? Who was here for yesterday's class? You don't think they're going to have a nuclear war? Hey, William, wait till you watch what I got queued up for you, dog. All right. Do you guys remember what I said about radiation levels in Iran? You guys remember when I said, I was like, hey, has anybody checked the radiation levels in Iran? Because, you know, you're bombing their uranium enrichment facilities. So, like, what if there's a leak?
Meeting in Vienna. The International Atomic Energy Agency's Board of Governors came together at the request of Russia. It's concerned about Israeli attacks against several Iranian nuclear facilities, like the Natanz site. The IAEA's Director General says there's no sign of further damage in Natanz, but has called on both sides to lower tensions.
Military escalation threatens lives, increases the chance of a radiological release with serious consequences for people and the environment.
Is it funny there's a ray gun behind me? You want to see another world? Believe it or not, that shit's real. Brother, I'm a 14,000 reptilian shapeshifter. I stay strapped.
Delays indispensable work towards a diplomatic solution for the long-term assurance that Iran does not acquire nuclear weapons. Consistent with the objective of the IAEA and its statute, I call on all parties to exercise maximum restraint to avoid further escalation.
Rory Challens has been keeping an eye on that meeting for us in Vienna. Rory, as we were saying, everyone gets nervous.
Essentially what's happening, guys, and they're going to talk about this. Israel bombed Iran's uranium enrichment facilities. Okay, now enriched uranium is radioactive. This is how you make a nuclear weapon. Now, those facilities are deep underground, and the radiation levels in those facilities absolutely increased. They knew that would happen, but they're contained facilities. There are now reports that some of the burning uranium, the vapor, is leaking out of the facilities into the air. Okay? And at the same time, Netanyahu just did a fucking interview with ABC where he said, we are on the brink of a nuclear exchange. We're going to assassinate the Ayatollah. And he said, we're not at the 11th hour. We're at the 12th hour, and there's no 13th.
When bombs hit nuclear facilities or even near them, but it does seem that the damage so far has been fairly limited.
Well, yeah, one of the key responsibilities of the IAEA.
Don't forget, if it's the end of the world, your money means shit. Give it to me. I'm totally fucking with you. That is so insane for me to say. But, hi, if you're new here, I'm Chris Valenti. This is Valenti Videos. I'm a douchebag from New York. I majored in history. I minored in political science. There's nothing I hate more than fascists. Please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you absolutely nothing. Oh, Jesus. And, what else? Give me money. Become a member, become a patron, or whatever. Anyway, hello, hi everybody, hi. Sticks and stones, yeah. That old Einstein quote, I know not what the weapons of World War III will be, but I know that World War IV will be fought with sticks and stones. Micah Lozano, hello, Micah. First World War, is there a safe word?
Yeah, is nuclear.
Yeah, it's booty hole.
Safety, and when you are raining bombs down on nuclear facilities, there is the capability, the capacity for things to go pretty badly very quickly. And
I probably should have recorded, right? We're not even recording. We're not even recording, chat. This isn't even a live video. You're asleep. Wake up, John. I know one of you just tweaked.
There is relief in as much as the two attacks that have been carried out by the Israeli Air Force so far, which took place on Friday on two of Iran's nuclear enrichment facilities at Natanz and Isfahan, do not seem thus far to have resulted in any radiation levels rising outside of those facilities.
Hear that? Outside of those facilities. You have to pay close attention to what these people say, okay? Pay very close attention to what he said.
Facilities at Natanz, attacks that have been carried out by the Israeli Air Force so far, which took place on Friday on two of Iran's nuclear enrichment facilities at Natanz and Isfahan, do not seem thus far to have resulted in any radiation levels rising outside of those facilities.
Outside of those facilities. Now keep on listening.
There has been damage, certainly, to the Natanz one and the Isfahan one. The Natanz one, at the surface level, several buildings have been destroyed, including the energy supply buildings for the main cascade halls, which are subterranean down below ground. And the IAEA assesses that while there's no elevated radiation levels above ground, it's probably a different picture down below, where it thinks that, yes, there are heightened radiation levels and chemical
heightened radiation levels in the underground facilities.
Leaks down there with uranium vapors or gases in the air.
Uranium vapors and gases in the air. So the thing is, what he's saying, without saying it, is that there is a radiation leak in Iran, and it is contained at the moment. But we all know Israel is repeatedly bombing Iran, which would mean that perhaps it could no longer be contained. The containment could be destroyed.
The kind of thing that you really do not want to be ingesting, swallowing or breathing in, but not severe enough that they can't be mitigated by wearing the right protective equipment. That was the assessment from the IAEA so far. Fordow, which is Iran's most sophisticated and best protected uranium enrichment facility. It's buried deep beneath a mountain near the city of Qom. That has not been attacked yet. But Rafael Grossi, who's the IAEA's Director General, said that no nuclear facility anywhere at any time should be attacked because it is just too dangerous. And he's
exactly what I said, bro. Like, dude, this is what I said about, like, right when this started. I was like, you can't really bomb Iran safely because of how much nuclear energy they're developing. You can't bomb any nation that has, like, you can't just bomb the shit out of them. Maybe you could strategically bomb them. You know what I'm saying? But like, if you took out nuclear reactors all across the U.S., it would essentially simulate nuclear bombs going off. Maybe not the bomb like the blast zone, but the radiation, the fallout. It would do the same fucking thing. So you can't be doing this shit.
He said that he would be on hand to negotiate, to travel, to lend a hand if it was necessary. But there was criticism of him and of the IAEA by the Iranians, who have basically said that it should have done more. The IAEA should have done more to prevent this kind of attack happening in the first place.
We urged in this meeting the Board of Governors and the IAEA not to allow their initial failure to prevent aggression to be followed by subsequent failure, and to take a strong and effective remedial action. The board must condemn Israeli aggression in its strongest term and hold it accountable.
Now, it wasn't just the Iranians who are criticizing
Trump refusing to sign the de-escalation plea at the G7 summit. What? No shot. What? Oh my God, what the fuck are we talking about? What the fuck? What? Trump does not intend to sign the joint G7 statement on Iran. Does not intend calling for DS. Oh, okay. Time for a video. Oh, Jesus Christ. And I got to get this up too. This other video I wanted to show you. All right, so we're going to war.
Or another, that threat has to be removed and to prevent that.
So there's a couple of moments I wanted to
Trump has been a terrific friend and a terrific leader, and I trust his judgment. And we have.
You guys don't have a system in place to remove a unpopular leader? Get this, bro. Get this. Get this. There is only one system in place to remove the president of the United States, and it is to invoke the 25th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution. However, in order to invoke the 25th Amendment, you need every single member of Trump's cabinet to unanimously sign on his removal. And Trump has surrounded himself with just loyalists, right? Pete Hegseth, Kristi Noem, Pam Bondi, RFK Jr., right? Jesus Christ, Brian. But that is the only way. That is the only way.
Together, we know what needs to be done in order to assure that those two twin threats to our very survival, to the survival and the peace of the world, are removed.
So are you going to target the Supreme Leader?
Look, we're doing what we need to do. I'm not going to get into the details, but we've targeted their top nuclear scientists. It's basically Hitler's nuclear team. You know, we got them. We still have work to do on other sites. We have targeted their ballistic missile manufacturing facilities. Understand this. You see these bombs. You saw a single bomb. It's a one-ton bomb, John, dropping on Tel Aviv and other places, killing men, women, and children. They're deliberately targeting our population. We're not doing that. We're targeting their military sites, their nuclear sites,
Yo, I also want to show you one other thing before we record. The most hypocritical shit I think I've ever seen, bro. I had to comment on it. I never comment on YouTube videos, bro. I never comment on YouTube videos, but please watch the intro.
Or killed by the most recent.
Just the intro to this is so insane. Okay, in respect to Gaza, okay? Just think Just think about, can you check what Defcon we're at? Brother, you think that the civilian population is privy to that information? Huh? You think Doland is going to post on Truth Social, hey everybody, just so you know, Defcon 2, thank you. Anyway, all right. Watch the beginning of this shit, but I want you to understand, think about what the Israelis have done to the Gazans, okay? Now watch this.
You're looking live at Tel Aviv, Israel, where at least 8 people were killed and dozens were injured in an early morning missile attack from Iran. In just 4 days of fighting, Iran has launched over 300 missiles towards the Jewish state. Many of them have targeted major civilian areas. We know a 5-year-old was lost. There was a Holocaust survivor targeting civilian areas. Let that sink in. Now, dramatic video captured the moment of impact in Tel Aviv just this morning.
Did you catch that? Did you catch what I caught there? How that's the exact same thing everyone's been saying about Palestine the whole time. The whole time. And now you're saying the same thing? And I think let me see if you can see my comment. Yeah, here's my comment. Israel targeting civilian areas. Where have I heard that before? But I want you to look at the comments. Look who, this is Fox News, okay? Just so you can understand how much the tide is turning, okay? Look at this. Fox News, and look at the comments. Politicians are the biggest threat to the world. If this is sounding like the whole Iraq as WMDs bullshit, it's because it is. I was waiting for them to use the Holocaust survivor line. Israel's war, not ours. Can't we also hear how many women and children have died in Iran? Dude, this is Fox News. This is Fox News. The people who watch Fox News, this is crazy. I genuinely, listen, I told you last week when all of these LA protests began and Trump was like, I'm sending in the National Guard. I said, guys, yes, this is scary, but you have to look at the bright side, which is this is the beginning of Trump's downfall, bro. He's gone mad with power. And now he refuses to fucking sign the de-escalation treaty? Holy shit. Trump refuses to sign de-escalation plea G7. What Defcon do you think we're at? 3.
And as tensions ratchet up in the Middle East,
this is fucking crazy. Trump slams the G7 for kicking out Russia.
Right now with Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney on the sidelines of the G7 summit in Alberta. This video is actually from moments ago. Let's listen in.
Go ahead, sir. All right, thank you. Mr. President, welcome to Canada. Thank you. It's a great honor. Happy birthday. A few days short. A few days short, but didn't have a chance to see you on the day. Happy birthday to the U.S. military as well, 250th, and this is the 50th birthday, if you will, of the G7. This marks the 50th birthday of the G7, and the G7 is nothing without U.S. leadership, and your personal leadership, leadership of the United States, many issues. Geopolitics, economic, technology, and working hand in hand with the United States, Canada and the United States, and the other G7 partners with your leadership. I'm very much looking forward to the meeting. I'm grateful to have you.
Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate it, and we've developed a very good relationship, and we're going to be talking about trade and many other things. And we have a whole group of people, some traders and some other people. I see my top economy people, but we
Defcon is like the Pentagon's security protocol. I believe it's there's 5 Defcons, right? And like a normal like time of peace is Defcon 5, and as Defcons go down, it's like how dangerous the situation is. And Defcon 1 is the most dangerous, and I believe there might even be a Defcon 0, which is just GG, right? Defcon 0's GG, right? Defcon 0's GG. Right? Right?
We have a very talented group of people, and you do too, and I know they work together very well. I look forward to that. The G7 used to be the G8. Barack Obama and a person named Trudeau didn't want to have Russia in, and I would say that that was a mistake, because I think you wouldn't have a war right now if you had Russia in, and you wouldn't have a war right now if Trump were president 4 years ago. But
2 things. 1, time and place, Dementia Donnie. 2, the fact that you are referring to yourself in the third person is insane. Insane. I want you to imagine Stalin doing that in a speech, or Hitler doing that in a speech. Even they thought that was nuts.
And a person named Trudeau didn't want to have Russia in, and I would say that that was a mistake, because I think you wouldn't have a war right now if you had Russia in, and you wouldn't have a war right now if Trump were president 4 years ago. But it didn't work out that way. But it used to be the G8, and now it's, I guess, what's that, 8 years ago, it switched over. They threw Russia out, which I claimed was a very big mistake. Even though I wasn't in politics then, I was very loud about it. It was a mistake in that you spend so much time talking about Russia, and he's no longer at the table, so it makes life more complicated. But you wouldn't have had the war.
But you wouldn't have had the war. Dude, he's such an embarrassment, dude. I love how... Dude, you know that MAGA is starting to really fucking turn on him? And normal Americans are starting to realize that this attitude, this fucking loser, this fat ape represents you, dog. You. He speaks for you. He speaks for you. He makes your decisions. It's fucked. Defcon 5 is normal readiness, everyday conditions. Defcon 4, increased intelligence watch. Defcon 3 is the military is ready to mobilize under 6 hours. We're definitely in Defcon 3. I firmly believe that we have been in Defcon 3 since Trump was inaugurated, dog. Make a guide making a bug out bag? Brother, do not trust me. Fucking, I got mine off Amazon. Brother, the reason I have a bug out bag is so I can live 7 days longer than the most of you. That's it. Are you out of your fucking mind? Let's see, Defcon 2 is further increased in readiness. The military is ready to deploy and engage in less than 6 hours. This level was reached during the Cuban Missile Crisis. And then Defcon 1, maximum readiness. This indicates the imminent outbreak of nuclear war. Shit! We might dead ass be in Defcon 1. I'm not gonna die on that hill, but I firmly believe we're in Defcon 2. With that information, I firmly believe we're in Defcon 2. You're gonna be the worst journalist live streamer ever? Dude, I'm a douchebag from New York with a history major and a political science minor. I ain't no journalist, dog. Trust me on that. Well, I was a journalist at the United Nations, but, you know, look at me.
Other than that, I think we're going to accomplish a lot, and I expect to. And I think our primary focus will be trade and trade with Canada, and I'm sure we can work something out.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so much. Thank you very much.
Mr. President, up a deal with Canada.
Say it.
What is holding up a deal with Canada from your perspective?
It's not so much holding up. I think we have different concepts. I have a tariff concept, and Mark has a different concept, which is something that some people like. But we're going to see if we can get to the bottom of it today. I'm a tariff person. I've always been a tariff. It's simple, it's easy, it's precise, and it just goes very quickly. And I think Mark has...
Why does Trump look ancient? Because he is, dude. And he's got dementia. He's fucking like he's wilting. He's wilting like an unwatered flower, dude.
A more complex idea, but also very good. So we're going to look at both, and we're going to see what we're going to come out with.
Yeah. President of Peace, by the way. Hold on. Peaceful Dove, by the way. Donald Trump does not intend to sign the joint G7 statement on Iran. Donald Trump refuses to sign it. Oh, my God. All right, let's make a quick video. I want to see if he's posted anything else. All right, so we don't got diddly shit. I want to cover Fox News turning on them a little bit. Trump doesn't intend to sign it. We're going to get this up. We're going to get this up.
And we have a whole group of people forward to that. It used to be the G8 go.
There was a Netanyahu's speech. I want a little bit of Netanyahu. So Netanyahu says two crazy things here.
Ballistic missile sites, top nuclear scientists. It's basically Hitler's nuclear team. You know, we got him.
The first thing is this.
So are you going to target the Supreme Leader?
Look, we're doing what we need to do. I'm not going to get into the details, but
that's it. That's a yes, right? Call me crazy, but that sounds like a yes. So that's one of them. That's at like 650, and then he says.
But we've targeted.
What else would you like from the United States? I mean, the United States could provide.
Well, John, I wouldn't rush to conclusions. Yeah.
Well, you know, he said that it would escalate the conflict. You said it wouldn't. And now I'm asking you, what more would you like from President Trump, from the United States here? Do you expect that the U.S. Air Force will help you take out that facility in Fordo?
We've gotten tremendous help from President Trump. American pilots are shooting down drones that are aimed at our cities, along with our pilots. We have two.
You hear that? You have to pay. I know these are long interviews, but did you hear what he just said? Because it's crazy that they just brush past these things. Did you hear it? Let's go back. Did you hear it? Pay close attention.
American pilots are shooting down drones.
But King Doland said that we're not getting involved. I thought, wait a minute. So are you telling me that we're already at war with Iran? Are you saying right now in a fucking interview with ABC News that American pilots are in the air engaging with Iranian missiles and Iranian drones? Because, brother, that's hot war. We sent the Nimitz. We sent the, look at this. Nimitz deployed in Iran. Brother, USS Nimitz carrier strike group sailing toward the Middle East ahead of schedule. Are we...
Start with this Fox News alert. Israel says it has eliminated 4 senior Iranian...
Shut your mouth, bitch. This motherfucker is on his way. The world's oldest nuclear-powered aircraft carrier. Yo, World War III literally started. Yo, World War III literally started. I know that, like, Gen Z has ruined the word literally, but I'm talking about the fucking dictionary definition of the word literally. World War III has literally begun. What the fuck? Bro, at least I have 2 ounces of nug. Oh, say, can you see? Like, what? Oh my God. Okay, there's some...
that are aimed at our cities, along with our pilots. We have 2 THAAD batteries in Israel that are helping bring down these murderous missiles. We have Aegis ships that are helping us, and it's deeply appreciated. As far as what else America will do, that's up to President Trump. He will do what's in the best interest of the United States.
Like a $90 million birthday party.
But it's important to understand that we deeply appreciate his help and the support of the great majority of the American people, because they understand what we're fighting against. We're fighting against a regime that hates us both, that is trying to assassinate us both, that is trying to bring death and destruction through.
What? The fuck did you just say?
Because they understand what we're fighting against. We're fighting against a regime that hates us both, that is trying to assassinate us both. That
Okay. Got any proof?
That is trying to bring death and destruction throughout the Middle East and to the world. And sometimes you have to take a stand. You take a stand with the good against evil, and that's precisely what America is doing under President Trump. It's also bringing freedom, possibility of freedom, to the people of Iran, the long-suffering, brilliant people of Iran. And you know, they're murdering their women. You remember that brave woman who was shot?
Oh, they're murdering their women? Hold on.
Iran and Israel across Iran. It was going to be preparing its largest and most dangerous missile attack to date. Tehran, they're his words. They have issued fresh warnings for people within Tehran to evacuate from.
It looks like you're killing their women.
To death, left to bleed to death on the sidewalk in Iran because she uncovered her hair. She didn't cover her hair. Well, I have a woman pilot in my staff who worked on my staff who's now flying over the skies of Tehran. We control.
And she's killing those women. You know, in Iran they kill women for showing their hair, but I have a woman pilot killing those women before the Iranians can. My woman pilot will bomb your women before you can kill them. Because we are Israel.
Control the skies of Tehran. And she's trying to do the things that will prevent this regime from continuing this horrible subjugation of the Iranian people and the rest of the neighborhood, the rest of the world. That's the difference. We're fighting for freedom, our own survival, our own freedom, but also for the freedom of everyone else.
Let me ask you, your defense minister, Israel Katz, said that if the Iranians continue to target Israeli civilians, that, quote, Tehran will burn. What does that mean?
Well, what does that mean? Your defense minister said, "We will nuke the ever-loving fuck out of your little bitch ass." What does that mean? Your defense minister said, "I am going to literally destroy you." What does that mean? What are we fucking talking about?
I think he made it clear, because it wasn't clear, and he clarified that what we're doing is targeting regime sites, nuclear sites.
Trump Mobile? Yeah, bro, you want to see Trump Mobile real quick? Crazy. Trump Organization is debuting a cellular phone service called the T1. It's almost $50 a month! Oh my god, dude. Anybody who fucking buys this, you are so stupid. You deserve everything that's coming for you. Oh my god, because of 47, because he was the 47th and the 45th Prezi. Because he was the 47th and the 45th. And they didn't even do 45, 47 because they wanted the extra $2, bro. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god. What the fuck, bro? That's the craziest shit ever, dog. If Apple were to build its iPhones in the US, they would cost $3,500 each. Oh my god, bro. Trump is absolutely America personified. I've said that a million times. He is the president we deserve. He's not the one we fucking need, but he is a mirrored reflection of how bad hyper-capitalism has gotten. He is the consequence of just completely unrestricted hyper-capitalist slavery. It's fucking insane. Oh. Stop fear-mongering. Brother, I'm willing to bet money that you're gonna buy this shit, aren't you? You're gonna buy this shit, aren't you? You would just love it if Palantir bent you over a barrel and fucked you up your ass, wouldn't you, bro? Unironically slurping the fucking jizz of Palantir. Thank you for what you're doing, bro. Thanks, Scotty Punk. I appreciate you. Dog, I can't fix you. I gave up on trying to convert Trump supporters because it has gotten to the point now where, like, dude, like a month or two ago, if you were still a Trump supporter, you could feasibly be brought over because you might not have seen the shit that he's done. But now that you know everything he's done, at this point, dog, like, brother, you are a servile dog. You're a doggy. You just lap up every fucking piss puddle that Donald Trump splashes in your face and you go, "Thank you, please tread on me, super rich daddy. Let it trickle down all over me." It's fucking crazy. It's fucking crazy. Hey, hold on, you fucking inbred. Explain this to me. Explain this. Trump refuses to sign the joint G7 statement on Iran. This statement is calling for de-escalation between Israel and Iran, and Donald Trump is the only fucking one who refuses to sign it. Hey, doggy boy, you support that one too? You're gonna fucking Sig Heil your supreme leader still? You fucking chud? Holy shit! My God, bro, I bet your favorite flavor of lollipop is leather. Unfucking real.
Military sites and ballistic...
Who's gonna drop the bomb? Israel! He says it in this interview, fuckface!
Missile sites
Sorry.
that are
Didn't mean
embedded
to call you
in
a fuckface.
Tehran. Our pilots are very precise. So unlike the Iranian criminal regime...
Look at this. Look at what Fox News...
And the Israeli military
God
is...
damn it. Look at what Fox News is consuming. Look at what your fucking uneducated uncle is consuming.
So we got some breaking news now. The IDF...
Look at the title of this video. The U.S. needs to help Israel finish this off.
Israeli Defense Force is releasing this video from overnight. These are mobile trucks. They look to be fairly large, moving down a highway or a road. They would likely be carrying ballistic missiles or heading toward a ballistic missile site. The Israelis saying that they have air superiority over the entire country of Iran. And when you have that in a war, you have a great opportunity to go after the targets of your choice. So we wanted to share that with you. Over the weekend, this is primarily where a lot of the attacks have been taken out here. Tehran, I'll show you that.
Yeah, well, certainly the Israelis are doing a remarkable job in taking down the leadership that's involved in these operations, decapitating them, much as they did with Hezbollah.
Is it World War III yet? Yes.
And certainly the air superiority they have is the way we would begin an operation, and so they can move around the country with no impediments whatsoever. But the real focus, as we all know, on two things: the ballistic missiles. I think the Iranians 8 waves, about 350 missiles. We estimate they have somewhere around a couple thousand.
Is there hope / serious? Yeah, there's always hope. There's always hope. Like, what am I supposed to say? I don't know. Maybe we will find a way to remove Donald Trump from office and completely disavow Israel, and the UN drops the blue helmets, the Peace Corps into Israel, and we forcefully remove Netanyahu from office, and we prosecute him at the ICJ and Trump. Like, there's always hope.
Of those, some much better than others, and we always knew this was going to be a problem, that some of them would penetrate the air defense systems, and
what countries do you expect to get involved? Well, the United States is already involved. Yemen is already involved. Pakistan said that they will get involved on the side of Israel. On the side of Iran. Pakistan said they would get on the side of Iran. India said they would get on the side of Israel. The UK and France said they would join in the fight on Israel's side. It's so bad, dude. It's so many nations. It's so many nations, bro.
Would result. The casualties are light, but still they're heavier than what the Israelis are used to receiving, and that's a fact. So their intensity about getting these ballistic missiles launchers, their infrastructure, their storage sites, their supply chain, all of that is ongoing. But the center of gravity is the nuclear enterprise. 12 sites, capability spread out among them. You've emphasized the specific ones: Natanz, Esfahan, and Fordow. Fordow is the center of gravity because here's what's really going on in the Ayatollah's mind, I think. He never came to the negotiating table to really give up his nuclear capability voluntarily. Why? Why didn't he want to dismantle it? Because he always believed that he can recover and rebuild it after an Israeli airstrike. And he's counting on the fact that Fordow...
Russia and China back Iran, dude. Russia and China back Iran. First of all, you're coping if you think we would beat China in a war. We would probably beat Russia in a war. But Russia and China
will survive this. It is in the United States' core national
interest. You dodging the draft? No,
Israel
I'm built different, bro. I'm volunteering and I'm winning it single-handedly.
Destroy completely this nuclear enterprise. And Fordow sits out there as a potential target
Avi's here. Hi,
that
Avi.
Israeli is challenged by. It's not that they don't have imagination. It's not that they couldn't do some surprising things. None of that certainly would be off the table.
Okay.
But the guarantee is for the United States to use its penetration bombing to take that site out. And I believe once that's done, we start to see the end of this thing.
General, let me,
wait, can you repeat that, little guy? Can you repeat that for a second, little bro?
To take that site out, and I believe once that's done, we start to see the end of it. Would be off the table.
Okay.
But the guarantee is for the United States to use its penetration bombing to take that site out, and I believe once that's done.
No thanks. Next. You want me to die for Israel?
Brother.
No, I won't do it. So as you can see here, the Iranians have struck Haifa, I believe. Yeah, which is an oil refinery, and you could see that smoke there. This smoke is bellowing out of Israel, which is indicative of the fact that the Israeli conclave has officially chosen a new Jeffrey Epstein. But real talk, things are escalating incredibly fucking rapidly.
واو ببته زيكو ببته زيكوك اخي
Think we're going to get involved publicly? We already are. We already are. It is confirmed. U.S. forces, we have pilots in the air shooting down Iranian missiles. We are already there, guys. We fucking sent... Where is it? Where is the goddamn strike group? We sent in the Nimitz strike group, bro. A fucking nuclear-powered aircraft carrier with a whole support team with it. We're already there. We're already in. All right, I got to start recording. All right, hold on real quick. Hey, I'm trying to figure out how to start this video and what to cover because there's so much for today, but it's going to be chaotic. Trump is at the G7 summit in Canada, and he just refused to sign the de-escalation plea between Iran and Israel. Everybody else wants to sign it. The one saying, hey, you guys should de-escalate this conflict. Trump refuses to sign it and then went on this fucking weird rant about why Russia should be back in the G7. It should be the G8 again. And then he referred to himself in the third person in front of every world leader. Oh, Jesus. Fox News is now just saying, calling for the U.S. to join the war and finish off Iran. And the thing is, they thought their viewers were going to spoon feed that shit. But they're not. We're going to go through the comments. Even Fox News' viewers are abandoning them because of their goddamn warmongering. Because Fox News gets their script directly from the State Department. State Department says we're defending Israel because we already are. We also have a interview with Netanyahu where Netanyahu says just straight up a couple of things. He says, we are going to assassinate the Ayatollah Khamenei. That's what he says. And then he says, U.S. pilots are already in the air shooting down Iranian missiles. So we're already there. And then he says we are on the brink of nuclear war. Fantastic. Other news, radiation levels in Iranian underground uranium enrichment facilities are increasing, which means that it's contained underground, but Israel continues to fucking bomb Iran, which means it's not going to be contained for long. Oh, God. All right. Hi, how are you? Hi. Hey there. We're going to be fine. Let me grab you by the pubes. There you go. I'm Chris Valenti, and welcome to the Valenti VOD. Today, we're going to be covering the news. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs nothing, and it helps me immensely. However, if you do want to help the channel financially, there's a couple of ways you could do that. That's by becoming a member. That's by becoming a patron. That's by donating money. That's by buying merch. And that's by using the 40% off discount code for Ground News, located in the description below. I'm a douchebag from New York who majored in history and minored in political science, and everything you're about to hear is completely factually correct. I have a gift from God. I've never been wrong. And I'm the most humble man who's ever lived. Thank you, Cinderella, for becoming a loyalist. Welcome to the loyalist group. So the first thing I want to show you is just the way that Fox News is covering this, okay? Here's Fox News, okay?
Were killed by the most recent.
You're looking live at Tel Aviv, Israel, where at least 8 people were killed and dozens were injured in an early morning missile attack from Iran. In just 4 days of fighting, Iran has launched over 300 missiles towards the Jewish state. Many of them have targeted major civilian areas. We know a 5-year-old was lost. There was a Holocaust survivor targeting civilian areas. Let that sink in.
Two things. One, did you see what the fuck? Did you see that? Am I tripping?
Lost.
Wait, watch
There
here.
was a Holocaust survivor targeting
That's
civilian
not me. I'm not doing
areas.
this. That's not my mouse. My mouse is over here.
Let that sink in.
Are they doing the same thing as me? First of all, am I doing the same thing as Fox News? Second of all, where have I heard Israel and targeting civilian areas before? Oh, I know. I've heard it for the past, fucking 2 years as Israel has relentlessly committed a genocide against the Palestinian people. Now, of course, my heart weeps for any fucking civilian who was taken out in one of these conflicts. This is the problem between fucking religious theocratic leaders, okay? Dictators like Netanyahu and Ayatollah Khamenei. This has nothing to do with the fucking civvies. But at the same time, where was this sympathy for the Palestinians for the past 2 fucking years? Listen to her again. Look at her face, too.
5-year-old was lost. There was a Holocaust survivor targeting civilian areas. Let that sink in.
Let that sink in. It's been sunk in as Israel has targeted civilian areas throughout Palestine for 2 fucking years, bro. Jesus Christ.
Now, dramatic video captured the moment of impact in Tel Aviv just this morning.
Oh! My leg!
Well, hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kaylee McEnany here with my co-host, Emily Compagno.
So, first thing I want to show you is the comments on this, right? Other than mine. But politicians are the biggest threat to the world. This is sounding much like the whole Iraq had WMDs bullshit. I was waiting for them to use the Holocaust survivor line. Israel's war, not ours. Can't we also hear about how many women and children have died in Iran? Brother, this is Fox News. The people who comment on Fox News videos are not the people like you and I, bro. These are not the same fucking people, okay? They're not here. Meanwhile, as things are escalating between Iran and Israel, Trump does not intend to sign joint G7 statement on Iran. President Donald Trump does not intend to sign a joint statement calling for de-escalation between Israel and Iran that had been drafted by G7 leaders in Canada, according to a person familiar with the matter. Dude, what the fuck are we talking about? Why does he, I know why Donald Trump wants war. Because Donald Trump wants wartime powers. All he's trying to do is allocate as much power as he possibly can to the executive branch. And the way that you get the final nail in the coffin, the way that you get the last of the power, is by getting wartime powers and then holding on to it for dear fucking life. Okay? Now, we also have Trump at the G7, dude. We have a video of him. It's so weird.
Grateful to have you. Thank you very much, Mark. I appreciate it, and we've developed a very good relationship, and we're going to be talking about trade and many other things. And we have a whole group of people, some traders and some other people.
Some traders. Ain't that the truth?
I see my top economy people. But we have a very talented group of people, and you do too, and I know they work together very well. I look forward to that. The G7 used to be the G8. Barack Obama and a person named Trudeau didn't want to have Russia in, and I would say that that was a mistake, because I think you wouldn't have a war right now if you had Russia in, and you wouldn't have a war right now if Trump were president 4 years ago. But
two things. One, time and place, Donnie. Why are you fucking advocating for Russia to be in the G7 during the hello, during the handshake? How much? What does Putin have on you? Second of all, why are you referring to yourself as Trump? Can we play this again and look at how awkward it is? Look at this.
I would say that that was a mistake, because I think you wouldn't have a war right now if you had Russia in, and you wouldn't have a war right now if Trump were president 4 years ago. But it didn't work out that way. But it used to be the G8, and now it's, I guess, what's that, 8 years ago, it switched over. They threw Russia out, which I claimed was a very big mistake. Even though I wasn't in politics then, I was very loud about it. It was a mistake in that you spend so much time talking about Russia, and he's no longer at the table.
Chris, if you don't like our country, just say it at this point. Oh, see, I'm proud to be an American, but I am deeply disappointed and embarrassed of my nation. I am so patriotic that I want my nation to improve. I don't want us to go back in time and degress, right? Or devolve, right? That's, like you're saying, make America great again? You are implying that you want us to go back. I want us to move forward. The difference between us is that when I have a problem, I don't run from it. When there's a leak in my house, I fix it. I don't buy a new house, right? You're the leak. Your ideology is the leak, and you're flooding this nation with fascist ideology. We have to plug it and destroy the fucking flood.
So it makes life more complicated, but you wouldn't have had the war. Other than that, I think we're going to accomplish a lot, and I expect to. And I think our primary focus will be trade, and trade with Canada, and I'm sure we can work something out.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, so much. Thank you very much.
So he's just making a fucking fool of us on the goddamn world stage. And let's listen to this 3-minute coverage about why he won't sign the fucking G7 statement.
And as tensions ratchet up in the Middle East, President Trump is in Canada participating in the G7 summit with several of the world's largest economies. For more on this, let's go to White House reporter Aaron Navarro. And Aaron, thank you very much for joining us. The latest round of nuclear talks between the U.S. and Iran, they were called off over the weekend as a result of the violence. But now U.S. officials are saying that President Trump will not sign a G7 statement on Iran. So where do things stand on that front, and what happens now? Why is this significant?
Yeah, that G7 statement that you mentioned was a draft statement floating around from those G7 countries in Canada right now that talked about how both Israel and Iran need to protect civilians, talks about monitoring Iran, and re-ups the commitments to peace. U.S. officials have told CBS News that Trump is not signing that document. One official adds that Trump is kind of dedicated and will continue to work towards ensuring Iran cannot obtain a nuclear weapon. And in recent days, President Trump has seemed almost optimistic about a deal between Israel and Iran, but the path on how they get there is still unclear. While at the G7...
What does it say? Oh, I'll take off my camera just for a second. U.S. officials, President Trump to not sign G7 statement on Iran.
Before his full meeting with Canada's Prime Minister, President Trump was asked if there had been any back-channel communications between the U.S. and Iran trying to send messages about de-escalating the conflict. President Trump responded, yes, there has been, but also criticized Iran and said that they should have been talking more with the U.S., with Israel, during that 60-day window to get a nuclear deal done.
Okay, so yeah, so Trump green-lighted just fucking bombing Iran if he couldn't get the deal done in 60 days. And as we know, King Doland is notoriously a dog shit businessman, a dog shit negotiator, the fart of the steel, right? The book that he didn't even fucking write. He hired a ghostwriter to create it. The man who bankrupted a casino, 2 of them, mind you. The man who fucking had Trump steak, Trump potatoes, Trump University, Trump fucking everything. Trump has failed except for the goddamn hat. Unfucking believable, okay? We've got more for you. Fucking Satan himself, Benjamin Netanyahu, did a fucking interview with ABC and just said some of the craziest shit. And it's so, you have to pay attention to the little things, bro. We're gonna try and cover a lot of it, but like it's a really long interview, but there are some key points in it.
Ballistic missile sites, so they
this
don't
part
have
is really important. 650. Watch this.
To the survival and the peace of the world are removed.
So are you going to target the Supreme Leader?
Look, we're doing what we need to do. I'm not going to get into the details, but
not only is that not a concrete answer, but am I the only one who thinks that's edited? Can we watch this?
Twin threats to our very survival, to the
Watch
survival
the
and the
change
peace
in
of the
him.
world are removed.
So are you going to target the Supreme Leader?
Look, we're doing.
I can't tell. It looks like maybe he answered one way and they didn't like it and they put in a different one. But this answer, regardless, is yes.
Doing what we need to do. I'm not going to get into the details, but we've targeted.
Bro, if I asked you if you were going to kill that guy and you said, look, we're going to do what we need to do, that's a fucking concrete yes. That's a concrete yes, bro.
Our top nuclear scientists, it's basically Hitler's nuclear team. You know, we got them. We still have work to do on other sites. We have targeted their ballistic missile manufacturing facilities. Understand this. You see these bombs. You saw a single bomb. It's a 1-ton bomb, John, dropping on Tel Aviv and other places, causing killing men, women, and children. They're deliberately targeting our population.
Just like you did to the Palestinian population for 2 fucking years, resulting in the deaths of 200,000 civilians.
We're not doing that. We're targeting their military sites, their nuclear sites, their ballistic missile sites, so they don't have 20,000 of these.
Yo, mind you, by the way, go ahead and look up. Does Israel have nuclear weapons? You know what it's going to tell you? I don't know. What do you mean? It's undisclosed. Who the fuck are you to tell anyone? First of all, just to set the stage here, I don't think anybody should have a nuclear weapon at all. I am full denuclearization. I was a United Nations delegate at the Denuclearization Proliferation Treaty, right? I understand that we can actually live in a world without nuclear weapons. But who the fuck are you to say that Iran can't have a nuclear weapon when you won't even disclose to the world whether you have one or not? What the fuck?
That no country could survive with. Yeah, they want to continue stringing us along, but you know, there's a limit, because if we don't act now, there won't be a 13th hour. So we have to act. But what I'm saying is that we're not merely protecting ourselves. We're protecting everybody. We're protecting our Arab neighbors with whom we want to expand the peace, as we did under President Trump's leadership in the Abraham Accords. That will be possible if Iran is defanged. We're also protecting the world. They have
Anybody wonder why he speaks such good English? Where do you think Israelis go to college? Israel? Buddy. Oh, wait till he finds out.
Missiles that can now reach deep into Europe and soon could reach the United States. And imagine what this regime that caused death to America every time that bombed your American embassies, that murdered 241 Marines in Beirut, that killed and injured thousands of American servicemen in Iraq and Afghanistan, that tried to blow up a restaurant in Washington, that burns the American flag. You want these people to have nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to your cities? Today.
Oh, okay. So anybody who opposes Israel relentlessly bombing Iran actually wants Iran to have nuclear weapons. Notice how this is what they do, okay? The same way as they say anybody who doesn't want Israel to commit a genocide in Palestine is actually a pro-Hamas terrorist. Right? Now they're saying anybody who opposes Israel's bombing of Iran actually supports Iran having a nuclear weapon. Why can't there be a third option, which is nobody has a fucking nuke?
Today it's Tel Aviv, tomorrow it's New York.
Today it's Tel Aviv, tomorrow it's New York. So, I mean, and meanwhile, MAGA calls me the fearmonger. MAGA calls me the fearmonger. How about today it's Tel Aviv, tomorrow it's New York, from Prime Minister Benjamin fucking Netanyahu?
Look, I understand America first. I don't understand America dead. That's what these people want. They chant death to America. So we're doing something that is in the service of mankind, of humanity, and it's a battle of good.
So noble of you. So noble of you.
Good against evil. America should and does stand with the good. That's what President Trump is doing, and I deeply appreciate his support.
But U.S. officials tell us that the president flatly rejected a plan, an opportunity that the Israelis had to take out the supreme leader. Do you understand his concern? My understanding is his concern is that this would escalate the conflict beyond where it is already.
No, it's not going to escalate the conflict. It's going to end the conflict. We've had...
Oh, so you are definitely trying to kill the Ayatollah. You're saying it's not going to escalate the conflict if we assassinate the leader of Iran. It's going to end it.
What? Half a century of conflict spread by this regime.
We must avoid a nuclear holocaust. Okay, Cooper, so would you agree that every single nation on planet Earth should denuclearize? Nobody on planet Earth should have a nuclear weapon. Do you agree, yes or no?
Terrorizes everyone in the Middle East, has bombed the Aramco oil fields in Saudi Arabia, is spreading terrorism and subversion and sabotage everywhere. That's the forever war is what Iran wants. And they're bringing us to the brink of nuclear war. In fact, what Israel is doing...
Did you hear that? This is why I said you have to pay attention to the little things. They're long interviews, but pay attention to the little things. Ready? Let's go back. Ready?
Is what Iran wants, and they're bringing us to the brink of nuclear war. In fact,
they're bringing us to the brink of nuclear war. Now, Cooper here in the chat says, ideally, yes, but I'm not worried with Israel having a nuke as I am with Iran having one. Now, listen, hold on a second, Cooper. According to every country's intelligence operation, Iran does not have a nuclear weapon yet, right? Would you agree? According to Netanyahu, they're trying to make one. They don't have one yet, right? Would we agree that at this point, Iran doesn't have a nuclear weapon? Yes or no? Right? That's at least what they're claiming. They're saying they're trying to make one, but they don't have it yet. Would you agree there, Mr. Cooper 22? Because if you would agree there, now listen, if you would agree there, Cooper, then listen to this.
Everywhere. That's the forever war is what Iran wants, and they're bringing us to the brink of nuclear war.
So he just said, and they are bringing us to the brink of nuclear war. Well, if you say yes, and Iran doesn't even have a nuke, the brink of nuclear war, let's cross that brink hypothetically. Wouldn't that be Israel nuking Iran? Because he's saying we're at the brink of nuclear war, yet the enemy doesn't have a nuclear weapon, which would mean that you are planning to use your nuclear fucking weapons. I mean, a fucking sixth grader could understand this. Clearly, this is the unhinged war criminal who is selfish enough to actually use his nuclear arsenal.
In fact, what Israel is doing is preventing this, bringing an end to this this aggression. And we can only do so by standing up to the forces of evil. Look, democracies have had to learn this lesson. You know, they faced a tyrannical regime, a radical, fanatic regime. For 40 years, I've been saying, actually 3 years after the establishment of this radical Islamist Ayatollah regime in Tehran, I said that the greatest danger, not only to the survival of my country, but to the peace of the world, is Iran's pursuit of nuclear weapons. And they are on the brink of achieving that. So imagine what they're doing.
They are on the brink of achieving that. I'm 27 years old. My entire life, I have heard that Iran is on the brink of making a nuclear weapon. Every waking moment of my existence, the news has said that Iran has been on the brink of making a nuclear weapon. And they expect us to fucking believe this shit. Now, he says something else around the 12-minute mark I wanted to show you. Yeah, here it is.
This will bring the peace that we all hope for. And this will bring also the assurance of survival and a future for Israel and everyone else.
So it sounds to me like you're saying you disagreed with President Trump on this, saying that taking out the supreme leader would be a mistake. What else would you like from the United States? I mean, the United States could provide.
Well, John, I wouldn't rush to conclusions. Yeah.
Well, saying he wouldn't rush to conclusions in terms of Trump thinking that assassinating the Ayatollah would escalate it. What he's saying is, hey, I have Trump by the fucking balls. Do you know how quickly I could convince him to change his mind? That's what he's saying!
He said that it would escalate the conflict. You said it wouldn't. Now I'm asking you, what more would you like from President Trump, from the United States here? Do you expect that the U.S. Air Force will help you take out that facility in Fordo?
We've gotten tremendous help from President Trump. American pilots are shooting down drones that are aimed at our cities, along with our.
There we go. That's what else I wanted to show you. Look at this. Listen to what he just said. You have to listen to the little things, guys. Listen.
From President Trump, American pilots are shooting down drones.
American pilots are shooting down drones
that are aimed at our cities.
So, America is already in the fight. U.S. forces are in this fight against Iran. Don't listen to a single fucking word that the Fuhrer tells us when he's like, we may not go, oh, I don't know. We already went, and he's trying to come up with a plan on how to explain himself to the rest of the fucking world. So, listen, this is a really long interview. This is an ABC News interview. You could check this out. I have more to show you, okay? Which is what Fox News is consuming. Listen to this fucking warhawk piece of shit. You know that, like, stupid, crazy uncle that you have, right? The one who consumes Fox News? This is the shit that he's watching, okay?
This nuclear enterprise. And Fordow sits out there as a potential target that Israeli is challenged by. It's not that they don't have imagination. It's not that they couldn't do some surprising things. None of that certainly would be off the table.
Okay.
But the guarantee is for the United States to use its penetration bombing to take that site out. And I believe once that's done, we start to see the end of this thing.
So Fox News is like, they have these fucking war hawks. They are trying to prepare the Trump base for an imminent war with Iran. Because as you know, Trump voters can be convinced to do anything, okay? As long as you get it on Fox News or Newsmax or what is it, News Nation, whatever the fuck it's called. They can be convinced to do anything. Donald Trump has played with them like fucking fiddles the entire goddamn time. And I want you to start to prepare for people like Cooper22 to advocate for the watch. Just keep an eye on the chat. Cooper, question. Would you advocate for the United States to begin bombing Iran like this guy here is saying? Yes or no?
To take that site out, and I believe is for the United States to use its penetration bombing to take that site out. And I believe once that's done, we start to see the end of this thing.
General.
So what do you think about that? Would you like the U.S. to start bombing them? Not yet. Not yet. Okay, so you would advocate for it, but not yet. Copy that, copy that, copy that.
Let me, got about a minute left. You're talking about Fordow. It's relatively located
Insane.
right here.
Insane.
West of Tehran, the capital city. This is Natanz here, just to the east and south of it. This is an aerial picture, General, okay, of Natanz and what it was before. You've got buildings and structures here, and buildings here. That's pre-war. Now you've got complete devastation in Natanz here, this building located here, as well as this one in the upper right-hand corner. Natanz is very different from what this site that you're describing. Fordow is a half-mile buried inside of a mountain. And you believe the United States has no choice but to get involved with the Iranians? Explain that, sir.
Well, it's in the United States core national interest that Iran does not have a nuclear capability and get to it. That's a fact. And this capability, if we leave it there, the Ayatollah will recover and rebuild. And that's what he's absolutely counting on. That's why he never was willing to dismantle the program himself.
I never want to hear a fucking Republican say that they are anti-war ever again. Remember when they claimed to be peaceful doves? Remember when Trump said it, like he would prevent World War III and that if Kamala was elected, she would start World War III? Remember when Trump said he would end the Ukraine war on day one? Remember when Trump said he would end the genocide in Palestine on day one? Do you remember all that shit that Trump said, bro? Bro, to every single person who actually believed him, I have a fucking bridge to sell you, okay? I have a bridge to sell you in a landlocked area, you dumb fuck.
That would end his program. Here he believes he has a chance. And that's what these guys are all about. And we've got to finish what we started here. We can't look like we haven't come to the assistance of the Israelis when they needed it the most here to finish this operation. They are our strongest ally in the region. What do you think the Arabs would think after the president's visit there, looking at this and they're saying, my, if the United States...
What do you think the Arabs would say? Bro, just the most subtle Islamophobia you could fucking imagine.
Isn't going to help the Israelis at this critical time? What's the chance they're going to help us? And does this motivate Putin a little bit more to stay the course in terms of what he's doing and President Xi? If we don't help the Israelis finish this off, it's their operation. We would lend a support to it to finish it off. And that's what I'm suggesting, and I'm certain the president is making those considerations.
Jack Keane, General, thank you.
General? In nomine Patri et Filii et Spiritus Sancto. What do you mean? Oh no. All right, we got more here. Guess what? The USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group sailing towards the Middle East ahead of schedule, bro. And if you're curious what that is, it's the world's oldest nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, and it's also being brought along with a fucking strike group. Oh, Jesus Christ. USS Nimitz Carrier Strike Group is on its way to the Middle East from the South China Sea. The Nimitz Strike Group was previously scheduled to replace the USS Carl Vinson Carrier Strike Group, which has been deployed for several months, but is now headed to the Middle East ahead of schedule. The two will now be in the Middle East at the same time. This is such a rapid fucking escalation. Oh, mind you, Trump Mobile just launched. The Trump regime is debuting a cellular phone service called T1 for $47.45. Now, if you're curious why, it's because he was the 47th and 45th president. And even though he was 45, then 47, these fucking bastards wanted the extra $2. You can't make this shit up, dog. Look at it, 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 look at it. For the low price of $50 a month. Oh my fucking God. And I think there's a video of Dumb and Dumber up here. Where is it? I gotta find it. Is the video here? No. Give me the video of Eric and Don Jr. Trump Mobile. There's gotta be the video. They gotta have the video. Here it is, bro. Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me. Play the fucking video. Give it to me. Dude, you know what he says in it? He says this shit from Succession where he's like, we're major disruptors. We want to be major disruptors.
Make sure that real Trump Mobile.
Watch this.
Well, good morning, everyone. And today we're here to introduce Trump Mobile. We've partnered with some of the greatest people in the industry to make sure that real Americans can get true value from their mobile carriers. A big part of what we've done right now in the world has been focused on technology for people who have been underserved, whether that's been in crypto or anything else. But one of the places where we felt there was lackluster performance was in the mobile industry. And with Trump Mobile, we're going to be introducing an entire package of products that people can come, they can get telemedicine on their phone for one flat monthly fee. Roadside
Yeah, $50 a fucking month. By the way, dude, this is not coincidental that it happens with this whole Palantir fucking deal. You understand that if you sign up for this shit, Palantir's gonna be listening to your fucking thoughts, bro? You might as well just slice your wrists and give them your fucking DNA. Thank you, Puffin, for becoming a loyalist.
Assistance in their cars, unlimited texting to 100 countries around the world, and we've partnered with some of the best to really bring something unique to the American people.
We're going to include, as Pat said earlier and Don had said earlier, telemedicine. So this way, if you have an issue or a problem, you use your Trump mobile phone. You make a call to a doctor that's available to you 24/7, 365. That doctor can write you a prescription. You can take that prescription to CVS.
Yeah, for fucking $5,000 because we don't have universal fucking health care.
Yes, have that prescription filled out, supplied for you, all at no additional cost. This is all part of your Trump mobile program.
But we're also spending a lot of time in the technology field. Everybody knows.
Oh, look, it's fucking doofy. Here comes Fail Son. Here comes Sloth. Hey, you guys! Thank you for becoming a loyalist, Dano.
We've done in crypto. I think we've got the greatest projects in crypto, and more our company is evolving into various sectors. And but there is kind of a key to that, and that is America, right? I mean, the fact that all your customer service will be done in America. It's going to be done in St. Louis, Missouri, I hope.
Yeah, and your phone is going to cost a whopping $3,500.
Give that out. And making phones in America, it's about time we bring products back to our great country. And
our great country.
Back to our great country. And it's about time we disrupt this space. And
it's about time we disrupt this space. I know some of you have seen Succession. It's about time we disrupt this space. What a fucking loser. How awkward. Oh my God, that is so fucking awkward, dog. Jesus Christ. All right, listen. That's all I got for you for today's Valenti VOD. Every hour, there's new shit, so I don't even know what to tell you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It costs you absolutely nothing, and it helps me immensely. I'm so sorry. This is real independent media. If you're curious as for what that looks like, it looks like some douchebag in the corner of his office with his cat next to him and his dog over there, streaming off a Logitech camera on a shitty fucking laptop. So if you want to support the channel financially, a couple ways you could do it are becoming a patron on Patreon for $5 a month. Massive shout out to the patrons. Becoming a member here on YouTube for $5 a month. Massive shout out to the members. You can also buy Valenti Videos merch down below. You could use the 40% off discount code for Ground News Vantage subscription located down below. And then you can also just straight up donate to the channel. That's always very kind of people. Thank you so much for 69,000 subs. We're trying to hit 100K as soon as possible so I can get that YouTube play button right over there. But more importantly, to prove that we can build a community of 100,000 people who all understand one common agreement, which is that Donald Trump is a fascist and a threat to democracy. So do me one last favor if you're not watching this live. Click that video right over there. I promise you, it's a banger. And I know bangers. Unreal video, I would say. An unreal video made by Chris Valenti is what I would say right now, if I were Chris Valenti. Unreal. Unreal. Trump Mobile, we just covered it, bro. Trump is launching his own cellular service. Unreal Video. I don't even know what to make the thumbnail. I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what to make the title because we covered so much in that fucking video. But it's thummy time, folks. It is thummy time. So I guess, what do? We do Trump saying, we do Trump, we do Netanyahu again, we do nuclear war. Yeah, we do a nuclear arsenal. Okay, I have an idea. Israeli nuclear arsenal. Okay. Israeli nukes. All right, how about nuclear weapon, nuclear arsenal? Is this copyrighted? I don't think so. No, I want a real one. All right. Fuck yeah. Is that, I don't know. I want more. I want something scarier. Ooh, there we go. But I don't want the American flag. I want the Israeli flag. I have an idea. I have an idea. Thanks, Lancelot. I appreciate you, brother. All right, so I want to do... I want the Trump phone because I'm a real American. Please tell me you're trolling, bro. You're trolling, right? Joel? I have to know. You got to tell me. Please tell me you're trolling. Will this work? Yes, it will. Perfect. Okay. That was my stomach. Did you guys hear that? I gotta eat. Thoughts on increasing cannibalistic extremists. I don't know what the fuck you just said, but I didn't like it. I'm sorry. What? Thank you, Chris, for all you do. You're welcome.
We don't do this because we love it. We do it because it's necessary. You understand? You understand? Do you understand?
Excuse me. I burp a lot, guys. Sorry about that. I wish he was less reformist, though. I don't even know what you mean by that, brother. What do you mean? Explain. Explain yourself. Can't believe you guys would rather Iran have nukes than Israel launch a preemptive strike. See, I told you guys. I told you immediately. They are going to adopt this talking point that if you do not support bombing Iran, it means you support Iran having nuclear weapons. Israel already created this talking point, and I'm assuming Cooper is American, but he's already fallen for Israeli propaganda. This goes to show just how powerful it is. That interview was like today, and this guy has already fallen for their propaganda. The Israelis are damn good at one thing, and that is Hasbra. Hasbra is the Israeli word for propaganda. They gave it its own word because of how goddamn good they are at it, that they gave it a new fucking name. Because Israeli propaganda is specifically stronger than other propaganda. How's that? You guys dig that? Let me get me out of here for a second. You guys dig that? Fuck yeah. Cooper, do you like it? get the thumbnail up there. All right, now we need a title. It's giving fear-mongering. Hold on. Wait. Cooper, weren't you here when Benjamin Netanyahu said we are on the brink of nuclear war? You were here for that, right? Cooper, you were here for that, right? He said that. That's why I put the fucking quotation marks. Actually, no, I'm going to hold you to this. I need you to explain to me right now how this picture, in any way, shape, or form, is fear-mongering. I know Cooper is just a troll. I don't know. This will be my deciding moment on whether he's a troll and we ban him or whether he can genuinely explain himself. Cooper, you have the class's full attention. Please explain to me how this photo is fear-mongering. I need to know how your smooth brain operates. How is this photo in any way, shape, or form fear-mongering? I'll wait. I'll wait. Come on, Cooper. Now you got Daddy's attention. This is what you've wanted. You've been here for almost an hour craving Daddy's attention, and now you got it. How is this fear-mongering? Because you are saying we are on the brink of nuclear war and depicting only Israel with a bunch of nukes. The implication is Israel will launch a nuke, which Bibi never said they will. So wait, hold on. I'm not saying anything other than a direct quote. We're talking about this picture. Explain to me how this picture is fear-mongering. This picture. I asked you, how do you like the picture? You said it's giving fear-mongering. Explain how this picture is fucking fear-mongering. Come on. Daddy's giving you attention. Come on. Cooper, you are on people's TVs now in their living room. You understand? Come on. We're all waiting. Everyone's waiting. He replied above. No, but he said it was about things I'm saying. We're talking about the picture. We're talking about the picture. He completely avoided the picture. You say nuclear war and then depict Israel with nukes. No sign of Iran. So, hold on. Benjamin Netanyahu, right here, said this quote, okay? These are nuclear weapons. This is the flag of Benjamin Netanyahu's nation, and this is me with the YouTube face. Explain how this is fear-mongering. Does this not all make perfect sense? This guy leads this nation. He said this quote, these are nuclear weapons. YouTube face. Fucking explain yourself. First of all, let's see what the definition of fear-mongering is. Why is it in caps still? The activity of spreading stories deliberately to make people frightened or nervous. Okay, so are you saying, so I think you're implying that this isn't even real, right? You're implying that it's bullshit. But is this instilling fear in you, Cooper? Cooper, does this instill fear in you? Or chat, does this instill fear in you? Because it does instill fear into me. This definitely makes me afraid. Does this make anybody else afraid? Yes, yeah, Lean, IO, you're getting to my point. You are getting to my point real quick. This makes me afraid. You literally said when you saw the first nuke photo, we need something scarier. That is fear-mongering, dude. Okay, so hold on. You are saying that you're feeling afraid. Now, is anything on this photo a lie? Is the quote a lie? Is Benjamin Netanyahu not the man who said the quote? Are these nuclear weapons? Is this the flag of Israel? I think I've found the problem, Cooper. You are feeling fear, but you want to blame me for the fear. The man you should be blaming is here. The fear that you are feeling is caused by this man. Have you ever heard the phrase, "Don't shoot the messenger," Cooper? Have you ever heard the phrase, "Don't shoot the messenger"? Ever once in your life have you heard that phrase? Have you ever heard that phrase? Fear-mongering doesn't have to be a lie. So you're admitting that all of this is true? So you're admitting that everything I said is true? That everything on this is completely factually correct? I think we should be more afraid of Iran, not Israel. Okay, so you think that the nation that doesn't have nuclear weapons is going to start a nuclear war. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, Cooper, but you may have a mental disability. Because if you have a gun and I don't have a gun, and you say there's going to be a shootout, who's shooting who? I fear you may be mentally disabled. Genuinely. Could if they get one, Chrissy. Oh, that's... Ooh, I think that's Coops. I wouldn't be too surprised. But regardless. So, Cooper, say it with your whole chest. Say you want to bomb Iran to prevent them from getting a nuke. Say it. Just say it. Be a man. Because the thing is, I hold my convictions firmly, proudly. And I do not believe we should be bombing Iran. You're shifting the goalposts? No, just answer the question, you fucking pussy. Do you think we, the United States, should bomb Iran? Yes or no? Simple question. Watch, he's gonna act like a politician and refuse to answer. He's gonna plead the fucking fifth. I gotta get this finished and uploading. We still need a title. Oh, so Cooper, you don't support Donald Trump because Donald Trump wants to bomb Iran. So you don't support Donald Trump. That's what you're saying? This is episode 153. Israel or how about emergency? Netanyahu says I never said I like Trump. Oh my God, what a backpedaling fucking pussy. Guys, this is also what I told you. Everybody is going to start slowly abandoning Trump in embarrassment and pretending that they never supported him because they're wildly embarrassed to have been an uneducated inbred in the fucking first place. So, Netanyahu warns nuclear war is imminent. Trump green lights war. So, emergency. Netanyahu warns nuclear war is imminent. Trump green lights war. How about Trump green lights, U.S. All right, how about emergency? Netanyahu warns nuclear war is imminent. Trump sends strike group. Because we sent a strike group. No, Matt, there is no plausible deniability. Netanyahu said verbatim that we are on the brink of nuclear war. What are you talking about? Trump, no, he literally said it. He literally said, we are on the brink of nuclear war. I have it on video. That is exactly what Benjamin Netanyahu said. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull up the video one more time for those of us who are watching who do not understand that that Netanyahu literally said we are on the brink of nuclear fucking war. It is not my fault that some of the people watching this don't know what the fuck I know.
Along with our pilots, we have 2 THAAD batteries in Israel that are helping bring down these murderous missiles. We have Aegis ships that are helping us, and it's deeply appreciated. As far as what else America will do, that's up to President Trump. He will do what's in the best interest of the United States. But it's important to understand that we deeply appreciate his help and the support of the great majority of the American people, because they understand what we're fighting against. We're fighting against a regime that hates us both, that is trying to assassinate us both, that is trying to bring death and destruction throughout the Middle East and to the world. And sometimes you have to take a stand. You take a stand with the good against evil, and that's precisely what America is doing under President Trump. It's also bringing freedom, possibility of freedom, to the people of Iran, the long-suffering, brilliant people of Iran. And you know, they're murdering their women. You remember that brave woman who was shot to death, left to bleed to death on the sidewalk in Iran because she uncovered her hair. She didn't cover her hair. Well, I have a woman pilot in my staff who worked on my staff, who's now flying over the skies of Tehran. We control the skies of Tehran. And she's trying to do the things that will prevent this regime from continuing this horrible subjugation of the Iranian people and the rest of the neighborhood, the rest of the world. That's the difference. We're fighting for freedom, our own survival, our own freedom, but also for the freedom of everyone else.
Let me ask you, your defense minister, Israel Katz, said that if the Iranians continue to target Israeli civilians, that, quote, Tehran will burn. What does that mean?
Well, I think he made it clear, because it wasn't clear, and he clarified, that what we're doing is targeting regime sites, nuclear sites, military sites, and ballistic missile sites that are embedded in Tehran. Our pilots are very precise. So unlike the Iranian criminal regime, we're telling the people, leave.
Yes,
leave
Bibi
the zone
Netanyahu
of
is a
battle,
dictator.
so that you're not hurt. And in fact, they are leaving, and that's important. And they're evacuating their homes, and that's because of the mad fanaticism, this anti-Semitic mad fanaticism of the Iranian supreme leader. He's like a modern Hitler. He just will not stop. But we're going to make sure that he doesn't have the means to carry out his threats. Are removed.
So are you going to target the supreme leader?
Look, we're doing what we need to do. I'm not going to get into the details, but we've targeted their top nuclear scientists. It's basically Hitler's nuclear team. You know, we got them. We still have work to do on other sites. We have targeted their ballistic missile manufacturing facilities. Understand this. You see these bombs. You saw a single bomb. It's a one-ton bomb, John, dropping on Tel Aviv and other places, killing men, women, and children. They're deliberately targeting our population. We're not doing that. We're targeting their military sites, their nuclear sites, their ballistic missile sites, so they don't have 20,000 of these that no country could survive with. Yeah, they want to continue stringing us along, but you know, there's a limit, because if
Did
we don't
Cooper just say we're not at war? Ban them. We're literally in a war with Iran. We have U.S. pilots shooting down Iranian missiles. Ban them. Fuck you.
Now, there won't be a 13th hour, so we have to act. But what I'm saying is that we're not merely protecting ourselves. We're protecting everybody. We're protecting our Arab neighbors, with whom we want to expand the peace, as we did under President Trump's leadership in the Abraham Accords. That will be possible if Iran is defanged. We're also protecting the world. They have ballistic missiles that can now reach deep into Europe and soon could reach the United States. And imagine what this regime that caused death to America every time, that bombed your American embassies, that murdered 241 Marines in Beirut, that killed and injured thousands of American servicemen in Iraq and Afghanistan, that tried to blow up a restaurant in Washington, that burns the American flag. You want these people to have nuclear weapons and the means to deliver them to your cities? Today it's Tel Aviv, tomorrow it's New York. I understand America first. I don't understand America dead. That's what these people want. They chant death to America. So we're doing something that is in the service of mankind, of humanity, and it's a battle of good against evil. America should and does stand with the good. That's what President Trump is doing, and I deeply appreciate his support.
But U.S. officials tell us that the president flatly rejected a plan, an opportunity that the Israelis had to take out the supreme leader. Do you understand his concern? My understanding is his concern is that this would escalate the conflict beyond where it is already.
I think this is where he says we're on the brink of nuclear war.
Escalate the conflict. It's going to end the conflict. We've had half a century of conflict spread by this regime that terrorizes everyone in the Middle East, has bombed the Aramco oil fields in Saudi Arabia, is spreading terrorism and subversion and sabotage everywhere. The forever war is what Iran wants, and they're bringing us to the brink of nuclear war. In fact,
yep, there it is. They are bringing us to the brink of nuclear war. And I said we are on the brink of nuclear war. That is the exact same thing. The title is Netanyahu warns nuclear war is imminent. If you are on the brink of nuclear war, that means it is imminent. Trump sends strike group. We literally sent in the USS Nimitz and a strike group carrier assault team to None of what I said is wrong. Everything is correct. We are 2 minutes to midnight. Godspeed, folks. Add suitability, sensitive issues. Most recent upload. And let's just make sure it starts good. Hey, it does. All right, visibility, public, publish. 89 seconds, not 2 minutes. Shit. Options. Edit. We are... What are we? 61 seconds? 89 seconds. 89 seconds to midnight. Godspeed, folks. Crazy. Crazy, I said.
Israel and Iran are battling for a fourth consecutive day. Live smoke and a woman who was broadcasting at the time was forced to scramble for cover. At the same time, Israel also has issued an evacuation order for part of Tehran.
Jesus.
Joining us now is Lieutenant General Mark.
Wait. What was that last one?
Iran is accusing Netanyahu of attacking them to deliberately derail your nuclear plan that you had. What do you say to that? Do you think that's true? And
Look, Iran should have signed the deal.
if it would help bring Iran to the negotiating table, would you guarantee that the U.S. would not get involved militarily?
Well, I think Iran basically is at the negotiating table. They want to make a deal. And as soon as I leave here, we're going to be doing something. But I have to leave here. I have, this commitment. I have a lot of commitments. I have a commitment to a lot of countries, including the UK, where we just signed our deal.
So that's a no. So that's a no. He will not commit to the United States not joining the fight.
This past week in America,
A friend of the show, Adam Kinzinger here. Let's see what he has to say.
America crossed a line. It wasn't a political line, it was a moral one. A Democratic lawmaker and her husband were murdered in their home. A state senator and his wife barely escaped with their own lives. The suspect, he carried a political hit list. That should have stopped us cold in grief, in outrage, in unity. But it didn't. Instead, we opened our apps, we picked our sides. Elon Musk blamed the far left. Trump said he might call the governor, and then he mocked him as, quote, grossly incompetent. And when he was nearly assassinated last year, some on the left claimed he faked it, not because they knew, just because it fit. This is a sickness. Violence happens, we don't mourn, we weaponize. We don't wait for truth, we post. We accuse, we justify. Let's be clear, 2 assassination attempts on a former president happened. A governor's home was set on fire with his family inside. Israeli embassy staff were murdered on U.S. soil, and now elected officials were hunted in their own homes.
Dude,
Political
he's making
violence
a point. When you look at this in the grand scheme of things, bro, our nation is burning. I don't mean physically. I mean like, and the thing is, America is built on violence, specifically gun violence. It's an inherent part of our culture. But like in recent years, bro, we've just become a violent monstrosity of a society.
Is no longer a threat. It's a reality. And this is how democracy dies. Not with a single bullet, but with every excuse we make for the next one. Politics was invented as a way to handle differences without violence. So violence actually means the system of peaceful dispute is breaking, and we won't like the consequences of that. So if you love this country, draw the damn line. Condemn violence no matter who it targets. Reject conspiracy no matter who it helps. Defend the truth, even when it hurts your side. Because terror is still terror, even if it wears your own team's colors. And silence is actually a promise. It's a promise that tragedy will come again. So speak, share, say what's true, choose courage over comfort, choose country over party, and choose truth over your tribe. Let's be better together before it's too late.
By the way, this is a Republican congressman who is potentially running for president in 2028. Okay? Big friend of the show. Shout out Adam if you're watching this. Love you. Thank you for being a fucking at least one good example for Republican young men to look up to. There is at least one man. No way he's a Republican. Yeah! And he's been fucking ostracized by the Republican Party because of how much he hates Trump. They call him a rhino. They call him a Republican in name only because he's a real Republican who does not support Trump. He was also a pilot for the U.S. Air Force in the Iraq War. Like, this is a real, actual fucking Republican, not like Trump. Debate Asmongold? Nah, bro. You go back to that chat where he wipes his blood on the walls and uses a dead rat as a alarm clock. Get the fuck out of here. I don't want your stink to infect my chat, dog. Really. Just, leave on your own accord. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. Ew. Ew. Asmongold fans are literally backwash of our society. The backwash of our society. That's disgusting. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Let's see how Fox is consuming this. Just food for thought. Brother, immediately stop watching Asmongold, and then I will consider you an equal human being. At this moment, you are fucking inferior. Stop watching him. He smears his bloody gums on the wall, uses a dead raccoon as an alarm clock, refuses to wear deodorant, and loves to say slurs. Abandon him before you become one of him. Fucking disgusting, dog. Ew, ew, ew. None of what I said is a lie, by the way. None of what I said, hold on.
I think that I would absolutely kill the shit out of Asmongold. I don't think that he has a muscle mass.
I think you're right, but I think we have to consider something that will be pivotal in this fight. I think he could be a little frail, and I like Asmongold, but recently someone pulled up a picture of his bedroom on Twitter, and there was blood on the wall. What? And his response to this, his explanation, was that his gums would bleed at night, and he would wipe away the blood and smear it on the wall, just so it.
Disgusting, bro.
Oh, I've had many dead rats in the house, but there was a dead rat in the house.
Bro, before we even listen to what he's saying, you're a fan of this guy. I want you to really think about that. You are one of his fans. You're disgusting.
And I said this, right? You guys know what's coming here, right? I use the dead rat as an alarm clock because basically I live in Texas. It gets really hot in Texas. And whenever it would get really hot, it would the house would get hotter, and it would cook the corpse of the rat, and it would make it smell worse. So I would wake up every morning at
Adam, a friend of the channel?
7:30.
He's a friend of mine. We got in lunch. We've talked. He's a fan of my content.
Or 8 a.m. I was ready to fucking go because the first thing that happened is I'd smell that goddamn rat. You know what the fuck? Yeah, that's a natural alarm. Yeah, free alarm clock. This is the way that I've always done things. This
same guy also smears his bloody gums on the wall, He fucking refuses to shower and wear deodorant. And this is your intellectual giant. Brother, literally all I need to know about you is that you're an Asmongold fan to know that I'm better than you in every single fucking way. That is all I need to know about a person. Is honestly, from now on, I'm going to ask people when I meet them, are you a fan of Asmongold? The best thing they can say is, who the fuck is Asmongold? The next best thing they could say is, ew, fuck no. Is his fan still here? Is the Asmongold fan still here? You thought I was joking? No, I'm not joking. Is the Asmongold fan still here? I want to point and laugh at him one more time before he goes. Is he still here? Please tell me he's still here. He is. All right, chat, point and laugh at this one. Don't boo him. Bro, you are pathetic. You are literal backwash. You are the bottom of the barrel scum. That's disgusting, dog. That's disgusting. Debate Asmongold. How about help him buy soap?
Freedom can come to Iran only when the Iranian street takes charge. And that's the subject of tonight's riff. In a response to the Atlantic magazine, President Trump framed the issue of the Israel-Iranian war pitch perfect, I thought. Let me quote. Well, considering that I'm the one that developed America first, and considering that the term wasn't used until I came along, I think I'm the one that decides that. For those people who say they want peace, you can't have peace if Iran has a nuclear weapon. So for all those wonderful people who don't want to do anything about Iran having a nuclear weapon, that's not peace. End quote.
We're going to war.
So hopefully our friendlies at podcasts and their ilk will think seriously about what the president is saying. And the MAGA crowd will ignore.
Look at this fucking piece of shit's turkey neck. I just want to fucking yank on that. I want to nibble on it.
Knowledge, his logic. Sounds very much like Mr. Trump understands that Israel's Operation Rising Lion is a gift to America.
Oh, dude, this is literally what your crazy uncle watches. Wow, Israel's Operation Rising Lion is a gift to America. Thank you. Dude, this is like such propaganda. I can't explain this enough, bro. If you watch Fox News, you are so stupid.
And to freedom and to civilized people everywhere, and that includes the people of Iran. And of course, Israel must fight for its own self-existence. Freedom is a crucial thought here. It is a universal principle that the Iranian mullahs know nothing about. Successive U.S. administrations have never publicly acknowledged it. But the fact is, Iran declared war on America many years ago. And
he just said no U.S. administration has ever said it, but I'm saying it. Iran declared war on us many years ago.
Their nuclear bomb development, along with longer-range ballistic missiles,
yeah, Hitler had his version of Fox News. It was actually so gross. The what the fuck was the name of the newspaper? It was so gross that eventually Hitler disavowed the news, and the guy who owned that newspaper was fucking thrown in prison. Hitler's propaganda newspaper. It was, what the fuck was it called? Der Stürmer. It was called Der Stürmer. Der Stürmer. The Stormer, or the Stormtrooper. It was a weekly German tabloid newspaper by Julius Streicher, who was thrown in prison. A significant part of Nazi propaganda, and it was virulently anti-Semitic. It was not an official publication of the Nazi Party, but it was published privately. For this reason, the paper did not display the Nazi Party's swastika logo. But just, and like, see, everybody was buying the newest copy of Der Stürmer. It is some of the craziest, Der Stürmer, anti-Semitism. Let's see if they got like any of them. Yeah, like look at this one. This is a typical one you've probably seen a million times, is this depiction of a Jew. See that? Like playing the flute, and look, you got the money symbol. I love how like modern American propaganda is literally just Nazi propaganda. I see this nowadays on TikTok. I'm not kidding. I see this exact same thing on TikTok. It's fucking crazy. Do they have more of it? Look at that. Look at that. Bro, Jesus Christ. And this says the Jews are our misfortune. Jesus fucking Christ. That's like a, what is it supposed to be? Like a beautiful German woman. And then there's the Jew, and there's like the snake wrapping around her. Jesus fuck. It's crazy shit, dog. It's crazy shit. And then the guy, thank you for the $5. Look at Truth Social right now. Oh, God. Iran should have signed the deal. I told them to sign. What a shame and a waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. Oh, my God. Hey, breaking news. Trump just posted on Truth Social. He said, everyone immediately evacuate Tehran. I unironically think Israel is about to fucking nuke Iran. If you just saw my latest video I just posted, I was saying that Netanyahu just said that we are on the brink of nuclear war. And here's the post. Iran should have signed the deal I told them to sign. What a shame and waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. Brother, the only bomb big enough to kill everyone in Tehran is a nuclear bomb. What the fuck does this mean? And this is coming after Netanyahu said, I'm willing to assassinate the Ayatollah. We are on the brink of nuclear war. We are on the 12th hour, and there is no 13th hour. He's allegedly in a fucking bunker in Greece. Trump's... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Hi, I'm Chris Valenti. Welcome to the Valenti VOD. I didn't want to make another video, but I had to make another video. Because what the fuck does that mean, dog? This guy just said, I'm in Tehran right now. GG, dog. Nice knowing you. What the fuck? Israel launch on Tehran. Well, here's the skyline right now. No, you're going to make it to the next live, Cena. You're going to make it to the next live. I'm just fucking with you. You're going to be fine. Just worry about yourself. Worry about survival. Make sure you have what you need, and make sure you have a plan to evacuate. And if you're in Tehran, I would get the fuck out right now. Cena, if you are in Tehran, I would show your family that post and get the absolute fuck out of that city right now. I need Tehran skyline. Haifa, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv. This is all fucking Israel. Give me a visual of Iran, for God's sake. They're not going to give us any Iran. You know, maybe Al Jazeera.
Phases in the region, or even potentially on oil infrastructure in the region. That wouldn't necessitate, the latter wouldn't necessitate U.S. involvement, but it could bring it. I think the Iranians know that and thus far have been refraining from those sorts of attacks. But the United States might also get involved just more as a choice because of this president and some of his top people being in.
What'd you just send me, Jack? That doesn't have it. Bro, I think Israel has complete and total air superiority and domination over Tehran's skyline, and they are literally just like refusing to let it out. What is this? This is allegedly this is live. I'm gonna go grab an empanada. Bro, I swear to God, watch it. Oh, Jesus, fuck, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you do that? Oh my God, my heart just sunk. My heart just plummeted into my dick. My heart just plummeted into my fucking dick. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. Holy fucking shit. That was so fucking scary. That was so fucking scary. What the fuck? Oh my God. That was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me. Oh my God. What the fuck was that, dude? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my God. I'm gonna go get an empanada, watch it happen right now, and then all the cameras fucking cut out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh my fucking God. Gotta find moments to laugh. You know, we gotta laugh. We have to find some way to laugh, and I think that's worthy of one. Even Keane is laughing, and he's in Tehran. He's like, yo, wait a minute, what the fuck? Oh, God. Oh, God. What do you mean, is he safe? He's in Tehran! Let's see what Hassan's doing. I want to see what Hassan is doing, and then I'm going to grab my empanada. That was terrifying. Never do it to me again. I didn't do shit.
Naeem Aslam is Chief Investment Officer at Zay Capital Markets. He says the longer the conflict goes on, the wider the impact we could see on the markets.
A lot of focus among investors and traders, it is all about the energy market. And of course, the recent
we already covered it, MHUD.
refineries over there, what that would entail for the Europe, because there could be another crisis because of that, because Iran plays a very, very imperative and important role with that one. But the important aspect out of everything is that particular
Nuke Sniffer landed 10 minutes ago. I've been tracking it.
not only for oil, all the rest of the trade, also those particular containers and ships that go past that path. So if that is closed, we're gonna go
I live
back
next to
the
Ramstein
previous
Air Base
chapter.
in Germany. It suddenly got very loud here.
Oh my God. Today may be the day, folks. Oh, Jesus Christ. I got my go bag right there. I got the crate for Luigi and Beans. I got their food. I've got everything I need. I got my keys. Wait, what's up? Trump just posted on Truth Social, everybody evacuate Tehran immediately. Right after Benjamin Netanyahu said we are on the brink of nuclear war. You got a bunker? No, but the rich people in my hometown do. I got the live feed up of Iran so we could see when the lights go out. You should have gotten a go bag ready fucking years ago, but yeah, you should have a go bag ready. Split Toasty later while the nukes go off? Yeah. Listen, I'm in the blast zone if they hit New York, so I'll go out playing Splitgate. I don't give a fuck. Dude, I'll go out playing Splitgate. That sounds fun. Iran doesn't have nukes that can hit the U.S. Yeah, but if one nation launches a nuclear missile, every single nuclear-powered nation on planet Earth is going to launch their entire arsenal at all of their adversaries. You can't have one nuclear detonation. That's not possible. It's just, it doesn't happen. Doesn't happen.
So many questions. I think possibly and probably this is going to be a throwaway remark by President Trump.
Luigi, shush. Luigi, shush. I almost called her Israel. Are you fucking kidding me, Chris? What are you doing? Shush.
Going to produce a lot of jobs, a lot of income, and we have many other ones coming. But you see the level of enthusiasm is very good. But the relationship that we have is fantastic. So I just want to congratulate you.
But Donald, thank you very much. This now implements on car tariffs and aerospace, our really important agreement. And so this is a very good day for both of our countries, a real sign of strength. So thank you again,
Thank you,
Donald.
Brer Magician.
Really...
Okay, so we can't really find any Tehran live feed. Tehran and Tel Aviv live cam, but I don't think this actually is. Haifa, Jerusalem, Tel Aviv, and another fucking place in Israel. Tel Aviv, Tel Aviv. You're saying this is correct timing, Ed? It says 3:22 a.m. Current time is 2:23 a.m. in Tehran. I don't know why this would be incorrect. Maybe it's playing from a different place. But it seems damn close. 1 hour difference seems damn close. Sorry, what was that noise? Sorry, what the fuck was that noise? Breaking explosions in Tehran. Hey, Luigi. This is so fucking stressful, dog. Oh. All right, I'm grabbing an empanada. AF-1 is on standby. What is AF-1? Air Force One? So Trump is ready to go? We're so fucked. Yo, might be my last empanada ever. Get away, Luigi. I can't have it. My last empanada ever. This is an empanada. It's full of chicken and cheese. It's got a beautiful flaky crust to it. Some chipotle mayo. Is this a doomsday cult? What? Are you serious, bro? Are you dead ass right now?
I'm Tom McRae. This is Al Jazeera live from Doha with our continuing coverage of the Israel-Iran conflict. Air raid sirens go off in Tel Aviv. Iran says it's preparing for what it calls the largest and most intense missile attack in history on Israeli soil. An unprecedented attack. Israel hits Iran's state television during a live broadcast.
I think a deal will be signed, or something will happen, but a deal will be signed.
US President Donald Trump says Iran should make a nuclear deal, but doesn't call for Israel to stop its war. And the head of the UN's nuclear watchdog says there's a possibility of contamination within Iran's main facility in Natanz after Israeli strikes. Air raid sirens have been activated in Tel Aviv early on Tuesday morning as the conflict between Israel and Iran enters a fifth day. Some air defense systems were launched in response, but Israel's military gave the all clear soon after. Iran's Revolutionary Guard has warned strikes against Israeli territory will continue into the morning. In recent days, several Iranian missiles have evaded those
We're at
countermeasures,
Defcon 2.
hitting residential and energy infrastructure.
We're at Defcon 2.
Desperation. Osama bin Javed has more.
This is the moment when Israel attacked Iran's state TV during a live broadcast.
Trump posted about evacuating Tehran 5 minutes ago, bro. I'm not giving up until I know what the fucking empanada is. Here. These are empanadas. Yeah, it's just a hot pocket. An empanada is a hot pocket. Oh, don't worry, Angry Beach Towel. I don't die. Trust. I've tried. I can't die. 14,000-year-old ripped. This is Tehran. This is Tehran. It's begun. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Those were explosions, right? Those had to have been explosions, right? Yeah, no sirens is weird. Yeah, someone might have just straight up piped their Toyota Corolla. Brianna, Trump's just randomly posted on Troop Social, all caps, everyone evacuate Tehran immediately. And now there's explosions heard in Tehran. Oh shit! Did you see that? Which side are you on? I'm on the side of denuclearizing every fucking nation on planet Earth. But also, fuck no, I'm not on Israel's side. You got the link, Nelson? To the YouTube stream? Ugh, come on. What up, Pozo? There ain't nothing for you two here, Capella. Israel's cameras are down. This is a camera in Tel Aviv right now. Bottom right. Oh, wait, I'm blocking it. Hold on. Tel Aviv's on the bottom right. They're fine. Iranian defenses activated over Tehran. This is 1 minute ago. Iran's air defenses have been activated over the capital, Tehran, according to the state-affiliated Fars news agency. It said that a number of explosions were heard moments ago. That was the explosions we just heard, guys. That's the explosions we just heard. This is 1 minute ago. Those 4 explosions, that's what we just heard in Tehran. Check it back in. Eddie, we heard 4 large explosions on this Tehran camera. We know it was this one because the audio spiked. 4 explosions. And then CNN posted 1 minute ago that Iranian air defenses are activated after large explosions were detected in Iran. We are literally listening to it live. No, it was a freshly made one. Tel Aviv's getting hammered right now. I don't see anything like that. You think what I'm watching ain't live?
Ini Philo. Wow, berbagai siku.
What is this from? The internet calls you Crash Out Chris? The internet calls me Crash Out Chris? No, there's like a select group of like fucking weirdos who do that. Most of the internet calls me Valenti Videos. That was Koofs. Twerk for us, Chris? Donate $100 and I'll twerk for you. Jesus Christ, it's 7:30. And the news doesn't even... Dude, the news can't keep up with me. So bad. Look at Hassan. Hi, Luigi.
The real goal here is to dominate the Iranian public and destabilize it permanently, decapitate its leadership, and then put forth a puppet that they can control. Okay? I can't believe motherfuckers still go, bro, Hamas killed the hostages. Israel killed more hostages than Hamas has. What are you talking about? Israel is the fucking, Israel is the responsible party here.
Thanks, Lex. Appreciate it.
Watching Israel's Channel 12 News now, excitedly reporting about a new series of explosions in Tehran and the insane evacuation order Trump posted. They talk as if everything's already over and the Iranian regime is crumbling, the military's finished, and the Iranian public root for Israel, and very soon total victory will come. It's impossible to distinguish anymore between delusions and reality.
All right. I think I'm going to take a break. If you see me go live again tonight, I'm serious. If you see me go, if you get a notification that I'm live, take that as the same notification that the nuclear ballistic missiles have been launched. Verbatim. I'm not going live again tonight unless Israel launches a nuke or somebody launches a nuke. Okay? Thanks for the $5, Hogs. Love your stuff, Chris. Appreciate you. All right. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. It costs you nothing and it helps me immensely. I am out of here. Later. Hopefully I see you tomorrow.